It's on. I'll check it. Please let me know if you can hear me if you're online, just to be sure that I'm not talking to myself. Hello, class. Hello, class. Yes. She said hello, teacher. Okay. Now I'm going to, before I continue, I just want to say this. Whatever design that I teach you here, please go and practice it over and over, even after you have done your classwork. Go and practice it because it's legit. Whatever I teach you here is what people can actually pay for. I've mentioned that before on your first day. And just so you know, the one I posted yesterday, we have started getting orders for it already. So whatever I teach you, take it seriously and practice it. Now I'm going to show you how to make a padded turban, and this one is going to have a belt. The one I taught you in the last class was elastic turban, but this one will have a belt. And you also need 1 yard of fabric, even though you have a little bit of excess. Okay, and now the measurement of your band, of your base, I'm going to show you. It has a base, it has band, it has belt, and it has pipes. It has band, base, pipes, and belt, and I'm going to show you all the measurements. Please, if you are joining us online, I would like to know where you are joining us from. Just tell us your name so that we can make this class interactive. Now, when you buy your fabric, it's always 36, right? By maybe 58 or 60 inches length. Now, this fabric is stretchy, but you can also use a fabric that's not stretchy. That's why you have the belt technique. And that belt will also make your cap one size fits all. So it's going to be a little bit big, but it will enter the head, then the belt will now be used to strap it. In the previous class, it is the elastic that makes it one size fits all. In this class, it is the belt. So I'm breaking down several techniques for you so that when you go into the world, just like Jesus said, go ye into the world. So the guide that you need is what I'm giving you. Different techniques for different designs. Now, when you buy your 1 yard of fabric, you cut out 30 inches away from the entire fabric. Okay? You cut out 30 inches away. So this is like 30 inches by 60. Okay? Good. Your first measurement is 30 inches by 60. And from that 30 inches by 60, you are going to cut out your 2 pipes. That's the first thing you do, because this cap is going to have lining. Oh, power pack turban. Somebody said power pack turban. Power pack turban. Because the techniques inside the turban is a lot. Okay. You cut out your 2 pipes first. And each of the measurements for the pipes is 8 inches by 30. So the only thing you are measuring is your 8 inches. And you are going to cut out 2 pieces like that. So 8 inches by 30, 2 pieces. Now, the one you cut out from the side will be like maybe 6 inches, right? You know, when you buy 1 yard, it's usually 36 inches. So whatever you cut out, when you cut out your 30, you should have maybe 6 inches. Sometimes if they don't measure the fabric complete for you, you may have 4 inches, you may have 5 inches. Some fabric, they will tell you, no, we don't measure 36 complete. It's 32 we measure. Don't allow 32 please. Ensure that you must have minimum of 4 inches left on the side. And that's what you're going to use to make your belt. So whatever you have left by 12 inches, 2 pieces is for your belt. Then the rest is useless. You know, when you cut out your 30 from the full length, you have a long piece. You should have like maybe 4 inches by 60 So you cut out 12 inches length by whatever you have left. If you have 6 inches left, that's too wide for a belt, because what you need basically is 4 inches. 4 inches is okay. If you have less than 4 inches, you can manage it. It's just a belt. But the standard that I like to use here, I'm not saying general or globally accepted standard though. What we use here is 12 inches long and 4 inches is okay. 2 pieces. Now, this is my pipe, right? Great. Now, whatever is left after cutting your 2 8 pieces is what you are going to use to make your turban with the lining.
It is 60, the length is 60. You cut the 8 inches in 2 pieces, then
The rest, whether it's 58 inches or I don't think, but the bottom line is from whatever you have left, that's what you're going to be creating your band. That's where you get your band, your base, and your lining. Now, let me measure it so that you know what we have left, so you are not guessing. Can I? Is my tape okay? It's here. My tape is always on my neck, but I'm always looking for it. I have 41 inches here. So 41 plus 8 plus 8, 41 plus 16, 57. So that means this fabric is not up to 60. And that's how it came. So whatever you have is fine. Work with whatever you have. Now, I'm going to fold. We are creating our band first. You remember that first band when I said you will fold here and then here, 2.5 inches. You repeat the same process, okay? Or if you don't, because this fabric, this turban has lining, so let's not fold. Don't let us cover the edges. So just fold like maybe 2.5 inches in, like this, and then you sew. That's step one. Step two, when you are done sewing, you should have something like this. That part at the top, then you will have a stitch line here. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
right.
Good. The next thing, you fold it over like this. Don't let the second pleat touch the first pleat. If you check that picture that I sent to you, you notice that it has like 2 layers. Is it two? It's 2 layers before the pipe on top of it. Please, if you are joining us online, let me know where you are joining in from. And if you have any questions so far, you can ask me. It's two. Let me see. It's two. The third line you are seeing is one of the pipes. Yes. Okay. Should I repeat that? She said no. And she said yes. Okay. Whether no or yes, I'll repeat. So your first, don't forget, your right side is facing the table. You remember, right? The wrong side is facing up whenever you want to create your band from a long piece. Then you fold like this. 2.5 inches is okay. And then you stitch it down. When you are done, you flip it like this, and then you fold it, ensuring that the two bands, the two folds are not on top of each other. You can pin it down. Let me pin it properly so you can follow the steps. I don't want to move away from here to the sewing machine. That's why, but I believe that you understand what I'm saying. Am I correct? Good. You hold that fast. Thank you. Please, I need more pins here. Thank you. So you sew it down. Okay, we have Fumla from South Africa. Oh, thank you for joining in. We have somebody from South Africa joining us. I hope you're enjoying the class. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask me. Do you understand? You fold and then you do a straight stitch. Don't worry about this raw edge because we are going to line it. It will not show at the end of the day. So when you stitch here, then you go to your sewing machine, you pick and fold. Don't worry about how much you are picking, okay? Because you have a lot more excess at the back. So you pick and then you fold. You fold it on top of it. I believe we can do that for you. And then you pin like this. How many folding is that? Have we done? Two folding. Good. If you have to write the number of folds, please write it down. It's important. That's the second fold. Okay? Then there's a third fold. Remember what we did for that pink or lilac top? What did we do? Can you remember? No?
For the rows
No, for the band. We turned it back. Thank you. Clap for yourself. So you're not going to stitch on this. You're not stitching here. Just do one stitch. But if you still want to do several stitch, that's fine. But I suggest you just fold it like this. That's a lot of pinning, which I would not do if I was the one making it. But I'm just pinning it down so that you can understand what I'm doing. Please help me remove the pins. Have you seen it? So at the end of the day, you have something like this. Now you are stitching once. This is your first stitch. You remember this first fold. You stitch and then you fold the second one. You pin. The third one is not like this, except if you want to have three pleats. The third pleat, the third fold is like this. She's trying to process it. Of course, it's live. You can go back and watch it when you want to practice your own. And then you stitch on it. Another method that you can use for the professionals among us here is to fold everything at once and then you stitch. But for now, I need somebody to help me stitch down. So I've explained the beginning, now we're going to the practical part. So first fold, 2.5 inches straight down. Let me jump, not straight. Let me jump to my pipes. What am I going to do to this one? I'll just fold it right side on right side. Straight down, turn it inside out. Leave the two sides open because we're going to fiber inside. For your pipes, the two pipes, you fold it like this, like this. Fold it like this. Straight stitch, straight stitch. Turn it inside out. Don't close the two edges because you are going to pass your pipe inside, your fiber inside. This is your fiber. I showed you this in the other class. And the measurement of the fiber is 3.5 inches width by 30 inches length. In fact, let's make it 29 inches because we don't need the fiber to get to the tip. So each of these will have fiber inside if you want to. And sometimes you can decide to say, I want only fiber in one of the piece. I think the one in that picture is only the top part that has fiber. The other one is plain. So you can decide however you want it to be. You can put fiber in both. You can decide to put in one. You can use double fiber. You can use single fiber. Depend on how puffy or voluminous you want your turban to be. Okay, so that's it. We're going to stitch this part and then insert our fiber. Now for your belt, I gave you a measurement, isn't it? What are you going to do to your belt? You fold it and stitch, but when you get to like 2 inches, you slant your stitch to have like a belt shape, so the edge can be pointy. You do the same. And the reason why I did not hold on, the reason why I did not cut the belt on the stretchy part is one, because that's what we have left from our 1 year. Two, it's not stretchy, it serves the purpose. It's strong. You can tie it and it will hold. If you cut your belt on a stretchy part, when you tie it, it's possible that the belt too will still be stretching. So it's serving two purpose as it is. So that's that. I will give this to the person that is stitching. Please pass it to her, let her stitch while we continue with this one. Now this is it. Stitch one, right or wrong? Great. Now the second stitch or the second fold, you fold it on top like this, and then we pin it down. So this is just a repetition of what I said before. Okay, fold it and then you pin it down. You fold it and then you pin it down. This has given us two-step band. The first one we did was how many steps? One. This is what? Two steps. That's what will give it that layer in front, like that. And then how do you fold next? You turn it to the back. You turn it to the back. If you like, you can pin it down. But when you are stitching, ensure that you are stitching on the same line. The line of that your first stitch, you stitch it on that same line. That first line, you stitch it on the same line. Why do you have to stitch it on the same line? I will explain shortly. Let me pin this down. If you don't stitch it on the same line, you will still be forced to stitch it on the same line by the time I fold this on top. So if you stitch, okay, let me recap. If you don't stitch on the same line, by the time you fold this part, if you stitch it above, by the time I fold this, I'm going to be stitching on this part, on the same line that I've stitched this one on. And if the line is not this same line, it's possible that by the time you stitch this on a line that is not on the same line, by the time you turn it inside out, this line will start showing. So stitch it on the same line. If you don't want to be doing double stitching, once you pin like this, just fold it. This is now your lining. This is your band. This is your band, this is your base, this is the lining. So this divided into two like this is your base and lining. So you're using the same fabric to line it. So this now becomes like three in one. Clap for me. Ah, oh, you're welcome. Anyways, let's continue. So there's nothing like cutting your band separate from your base, separate from your lining. One fabric will give you your band, your base, and your lining. And it will help you seal in any rough part here because I will show you one step at a time. Let us be coming down. So should we go ahead and stitch at once? No. No, because I need you to, you will not see where you are. Yes. So now we are going to go and stitch on this one so that by the time we put this on top, we turn it and stitch on that same line. Now you get it. Because if you try to be smart, I can do it too because I'm smart. I can just use my fingers to feel where my line is and just sew it. But please, one step at a time. So can you help us stitch this part? Show her what I asked you on the same line. So this is my pipe. I have my pipe here. If you're still with us, let me know. I want to be sure. I'm not seeing your comments. I'm not seeing them. I want to be sure I'm not talking to myself. Okay, pipes already sewn, and then we turn it inside out. 8 divided by 4 and by 2, 4. And that's why our fiber is 3.5. It's not up to 4 because we want the fiber to be able to enter into the fabric without any fold or curve. So you're not cutting 4 exactly. Why? Because this is 8 and you have even sewn in like ½ inch into it. So we turn it inside out. You turn this one too inside out. And there is this hack that I want to show you. This hack is the hack that I have been seeing people struggle with online. That when I see this particular design, it's not bringing that outcome that it should bring. And that's what I'm about to show you now. And what is that hack? One of the pipe will be reduced. And I'll tell you why. When you place two pipes on each other like this, by the time you curve it on the cap, the one under will automatically be longer than the one above. So when you reduce the one under, when you fold them, both of them will just rhyme. That's why you will see that design. We have sold a lot of that design. And I saw people try to replicate it, but there's always something that I see that I feel like this person did not still get it. And that's what I'm sharing with you. You reduce the length of the pipe under so that under your cap, you won't be seeing fold. Thank you. So let's reduce it by 2 inches. Just reduce any of the pipe. You know that that one is the one that will be under. Can I have a scissors? Okay, there is one here. Okay. 2 inches. So when you reduce it, one will be longer than the other, but you will place the two of them equally. Can you see that? By the time you fold it, you will see that it will lay. Stay with me. I'm coming in. I'm going to come back to it. Let's quickly wrap up this one. Now, this is done. It's sewn. Now, you have a template to follow at the back. Right or wrong?
Right.
Good. So now you are not sewing blindly. When you fold it, don't fold it like this. So this is wrong. That part that is your band that is flipping up is what you should cover. So when you want to sew, if you want to know you are doing the right thing, when you place it on the table and you fold, you should not be seeing your band at all, both on this part or on the other side. That's when you will know you are doing the right thing. If you are seeing your band after folding, it's wrong. So we are folding this and we are sewing it down on the same line. So help us do that, please. So we are inserting fiber into the longer pipe, which is this one. I'm not placing my fabric like this. The stitch is not on the side though. It's in the middle so that the upper part can be smooth. Take note of all these details. It's very important. I don't want to see sewn parts at the back or in front or up. That's even worse. Under is where it should be. So you pass it in. You lay it flat. I mentioned that we're going to reduce our fiber. I don't want it to get to the tip. Okay. Yes, that's because I want the one in that picture looks like it's the one on top that has the fiber. So this is it. So this one goes under. The edges must be equal. Can you see? So this is, take a look. Are you seeing any fold under? No. That's because of the reduction that you have. So help us stitch this and this together. Now, this is what we have. We're going to turn it inside out. And then we have this. Your band, your base, and your lining. And look at the inside of your turban. Very neat. That's the word. Very, very neat. And that's the goal. So at this point, you attach your belt. This is the belt here. You turn it. Look at this sewing. Can you see? When it got to that part, she curved it and then you cut the extra fabric. Then you turn this inside out. Any questions so far? Please ask. Where is the other microphone? Please, can we have the other microphone? We have a question here. Thank you. So this is the first belt. Somebody has a question. If you're just joining us, we're making a turban, a padded turban, and you can also watch the replay when we are done. Yes, the
The
question.
question is it possible we add fiber to the other pipe, ma?
Yes, I mentioned that depending on how voluminous you want your cap to be, you can add fiber to the second one. No, there are some people who can put fiber in too. Oh. It depends. Oh. In fact, some will use foam, so it looks like gele.
Thank you.
Yes, that's it. Any other question? That's all. Okay, so this is the belt. Just drop it on. Just did you push it in? Okay. So this is the belt. Now we are going to attach the belt. Watch my belt attachment because if you bring something else for me, 0/5. Now, please don't make me laugh. Okay, let's make this part equal. Let's trim it so that it's equal. Can I have that green scissors, please? Thank you. Is this that sharp scissors? This is the sharp one. I'm just trying to trim the edges to be equal. Great. Now, for your belt, after turning it inside out, you tuck in this part. You tuck it in a little, like this. Okay. And then you place it here. So let's do like a quick measurement. So 5 inches from the side, you pin your belt down. Then 5 inches from the second side. Where is the other belt? Don't forget, don't leave this part. Always tuck it in. It's very important. 5 inches from both sides. So when you have 5 inches on two sides, that's making how many inches? 10. And our base length is what? 30 minus 10. So that means by the time the person ties this to her head, 20 inches should be able to hold the cap to the head. Now, this is it. I'm going to repeat the process. The belt is facing each other. The belts are kissing each other. The belts are hugging each other. Not like this. You're not attaching it. Oops. You're not attaching it like this. The belt is not facing the side of the cap. It's facing inside. You know why? So that when you want to tie, the back is looking neat and this is not showing. Even though the belt will be at the back, your goal is to ensure that when somebody sees your work, they just see that it is neat. You put in the effort. So you stitch it straight down, stitch it straight down. So help us stitch this quickly. Oh, wait. Before she does the stitching, I want her to do everything at once. Then you place this one here. You place it here. In fact, the way it looks like we have three pleats. Yeah. Because the fabric part is puffy. So you place it here, just after the second pleat and you pin it down. You pull it, you pull it. So she's stitching this belt and then you stitch here. If you don't want to follow through this process, you can just stitch your belt, pin these two parts down, fold it, and stitch straight down. But let's take it one step at a time. This is a class, it's not production. If we're producing this, we already know what to do. So can you come help us stitch down this belt and then this one right here, and we are almost done. It's quite simple. How come? No, no. Okay, should she close everything? Yes. Because we understand how to close, right? So we don't waste time. Great. So while you are sewing, you prepare your needle and your thread for gathering. That is the last thing to do. Okay, any question, please? Do we have any question for the people watching us online? If you are watching the replay, you can also drop a question. I'll find it when I see your comments and try and respond to it as soon as I can. Any question? So that means everything is like mommy will say. It looks simple until when you start your own. So tomorrow we are having class work. We're having class work tomorrow. So when you come tomorrow, I'm not here. I'm invincible. Just come. You have between 10 till 1 to create your class work. Class captain, you are coordinating. How can you be doing class captain when I'm doing class captain? Assistant class captain, you coordinate. So this machine and that other machine you can use. If you can use industrial, raise your hand. Okay. How about you? Little repair to use this one. Well, you can use manual. I'll pair you with her and pair you with her. So you and her, one sewing machine. So if you know what is good for you, help her finish her own first before you do your own. You too, help her finish her own before your own. Let the major work go before you can now you can chase her away from the machine when she's done and sit down. Then for those that will use the industrial, there's needle under it. You can bring your thread, create your stuff one after the other. You have the whole day. So when you are done, then I'm going to check out your work. I may or may not check it out tomorrow, depending on when you finish. If you finish when class has ended, you go home. On next class day, I will do assignment checking, class work checking first before we teach. And just so you know, by the time you are coming for the next class, you are bringing two work, your class work and your assignments. I will not. I know. I trust you. Yes, we have two turbans and one Zara cap. So you pick any one of the two to make. My own is just to submit two work for me, two per person. Let me see. Do you understand? Are we good? Close it off, yes. I didn't know we could even get to this point at this time. So I was wondering if we exhaust our time. You can buy Mako and share now. Buy half sheet and share. Have you gotten fiber? Where do you plan to get fiber? You know where to get fiber. Please, you sell. You have seen. I know. I definitely will get it. What would you? Okay. Is that Swabi I saw? I'm not sure. Let me know. We are almost done. Okay, I need this money. Or should we get a fine one? That fine one. Well, let's use this one. Yes, I know. We are wrapping up. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. Cannot wait. Oh, it's normal pink. It comes like this.
Sorry.
It comes like this in the market. It comes in a pack. But you can buy one.
Yeah, the rose turban, the elastic rose turban, we didn't gather the back stitch
Yes,
here.
that's because we gathered the front.
Okay.
Different turban, different techniques. My mic is off. Can I have that one? So we have different turbans, different techniques. Thank God you noticed that one because I hope this thing will stay. If you can hear me, let me know, even though we are wrapping up. So this is it. Let's start it. So when you place it, you tie it. This is what you're going to use to tie it firmly. You see, as I'm tying it, it's not bouncing back. It's firm. And then tuck it in. This is the first pipe. Lay it, and then the second pipe comes on top. The fabric is stretching, so it's going to lay. Then we tuck the back in, and this is what we have. If you want to clap, clap. Don't be too proud to clap. So this is what we have. So this looks like 3 steps, right? Yes. It's because of that tucking, that fold, that second, there's a third fold. Yes. Do you remember the third fold? Yes, that's what gave it. That's the plan. So this is it. So now you see that the pipe under does not have pipe. So put this on a mannequin and then roll it. Why won't somebody say, please, I want to buy? Tell me how. As how? Because you have done, you say what? You want it now? Oh yeah, pay for it. I don't mind. Can you see how it looks? And the back is hair or without hair. Look at this place. It's laying well. Look at this place. It's laying well. What would have happened if you did not reduce the under pipe? Now here we go know where the problem is, because it will be squeezing, and when you are styling it, you will now be forcing the under pipe to lay. You'll be pushing it. Meanwhile, the real work is not in the pushing. You can't force what is not there. It's when you reduce it, it will just lay by itself. And this is so beautiful, extremely exquisite. Then you can put your acrylic trimming or just leave it plain, like a monotone. We have people that want yori yori, give them what they want. Never, but we have them plenty and we love them. Mwah, mwah. You can put any, you can bead it, beading, anyhow. You can bead your band. I hope you have learned a lot from today's class. I've exhausted my energy just to be sure that you understand the details. So, any question? No question. So I'm expecting your practical. Whichever one you submit on Tuesday is fine, but I just want to see your own design. So thank you so much. This is how to make a padded turban. So when you see me post this work, you are not confused anymore. You're not doing, oh, you already know what to do now because you have been here. And that's the aim. Thank you so much for today's class.
Thank you.